Hi everyone, my name's Owlin, and I'm going to be doing a quick little first look and first impressions of this visual novel called 9 R.I.P. A special thank you to the publisher, Idea Factory, for providing us a review copy. For those who don't know what 9 R.I.P. is, it is a single-player game, a visual novel that lures you into the world of paranormal romance with very handsome entities from both Japanese urban legends and ghost stories, and it spans across the spirit realm. 9 R.I.P. was developed by Automate, a very well-known figure in the otome genre, and again published by Idea Factory. This game is rated T for the following elements. This game contains fantasy violence, mild blood, mild suggestive themes, and language. 9 R.I.P. was released in October 15th of 2024, and it is currently available on the Nintendo Switch in both physical and digital forms. I want you all to check out this promotional trailer that I saw, because this is what got me interested in checking out the game. So why don't we go ahead and take a little look together.
この世界になるより以前からお前のことは見てきている。おそらくここの幽霊でそうしてきたのは俺だけだ。
このぬくもり、暖かくて気持ちがいい。このまま手を引っ張ったらこちらに連れてこられるのかな。
あんた新米の幽霊でしょ。大丈夫？絶対に守る。俺が常にあんたのそばにいるから絶対に離れないでいい。ごめんね、巻き込んじゃって。嘘？どうしよう。君に一目惚れしちゃったのかも。
ごめん、がっかりさせて。でももう大丈夫だよ。だってこれからは素の俺でお前と会えるんだし。
強いて言うならば好きな人がタイプというところでしょうか。ですから残念ながらあなたのことは好みのタイプではないんです。今はまだ。
我は今日から汝の座敷わらしとなりましょう。必ずやその悲しみを晴らし、主様の気を幸福の色にしてみせようぞ。
ミサ、今日からてめえは俺の犬だ。勘違いするなよ。進路が決まって幸せになってくれりゃ雪丸が消えてお前をたたりやすいってだけだ。
So that is the promotional trailer I saw, and it got me really excited to play because it has both elements. This game has both elements of the horror genre as well as the visual novel romance genre. So I think that I want to share a little bit more about what this game offers you. As I mentioned, it does have horror elements in it. You saw there are 8 different characters that were introduced in that promotional video. And these are the 8 potential romance options. with entities that are inspired by Japanese school ghost stories, urban legends, and the spirit realms. This promo trailer also showcased a little bit of the voice acting and the voiceovers. The game offers you Japanese voiceovers for all the major characters, excluding the protagonist, which I think makes sense. We are the protagonist, so, we get to use our voice if we want, which is pretty exciting. These voice talents have worked on very well-known anime series like Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, Gundam, and many more. And they actually sound really, really good. They deliver the voice lines very well. The artwork depicts the figures with gorgeous detail, not only just the characters having beautiful designs, but also the backgrounds and the way, the places that you visit. Let me show you a little bit more about those. I want to showcase the 8 individuals once more, briefly. So yeah, we get to be potentially wooed and swept away, spirited away by these 8 men. Here is a swordsman, an individual who appears to be trapped in a mirror, a friendly ghost, another protective figure, a more mysterious one, perhaps dangerous, a very friendly spirit here, and a little more of a, I think, ruffian type individual with this image. But yeah, you can see all their designs, I think, kind of lead into and underscore more about each of the characters' personalities. And there are even other characters that have not been introduced in this just yet, who are also fully voice acted too. While these otherworld entities appear friendly and soft sometimes, and some are gruff and cool, others might be cute and playful, I think they all emanate this mysterious and powerful allure. And this allure is something that may appeal for people looking for a rush of excitement, with flirting, with the concept of forbidden love or dangerous temptations. I do want to share a little bit more about the story in depth, and also my own personal experience with going through the prologue and part of chapter 1 for one of the routes. But before I do that, let me go ahead and put a spoiler warning up. If you don't want to be spoiled, feel free to just skip this part as long as you see the spoiler tag up, and then you can resume the video when you don't see the spoiler tag up. So yeah, we'll put this on, and I'll put on a little beautiful artwork image for us to look at too. There we go. So again, if you don't want to be spoiled by what happens in the prologue, as well as what happens in part of chapter 1 for one of the routes, please feel free to skip the video along until you reach a point in the timeline that does not show the spoiler warning tag at the top. Alright, so in my personal playthrough, I played through the prologue and part of chapter 1 for one of the routes. I unknowingly chose a route that would introduce me to 2 spirits, and these spirits have very different demeanors. One of these spirits wants to be my guardian spirit. The other wants me to be his dog. Which isn't too much of a problem. I'm a dog, right? But anyway. In the prologue, we are introduced to the main protagonist and her plight. We assume the role of Misa Ishiki, and she is a sophomore at Narimigahama High School. She apparently has been prone to misfortune since a very young age. This game allows you to change the main character's name, but I chose to keep the default name, which I'll refer to for the rest of this preview. So, 9 R.I.P. opens with Misa's best friend, Sayaka Hida, sharing a ghost story about one of the 7 wonders of Narimigahama High School. This wonder is apparently a ghost who roams the halls with a bloodied blade and asks people who are alone a question that, if they fail to answer correctly, will end their life. This ghost story, though, is quickly overshadowed by a more pressing matter for our heroine. Misa has before her a blank career path survey. And as she stares at this blank piece of paper, she's conflicted about what she wants to do with her future after school. Her mother wants Misa to attend Seigin University to pursue a medical degree like her father. But Misa isn't so sure that's what she wants to do in her life. In the middle of Misa's musings, Sayaka excuses herself to attend cram school, leaving Misa alone in the classroom. On her departure, Sayaka teases to be careful of the sword-wielding blood boy, to which Misa laughs off and packs up to return home. Moments after, we are met with the scenario that appears to be perfectly matching Sayaka's story, including the sound of a rusty blade, some kind of blade going kara on the school floor. But just as quickly as this situation manifests, the elusive figure who haunts Misa vanishes immediately. Misa then makes her way home and tells her older sister about the strange feeling she had while leaving the school. Her sister interprets this as someone stalking Misa, and she responds with a protective mindset. Misa's sister offers to take care of the person who might be harassing Misa, but quickly Misa shares that it was just a feeling brought on by a ghost story. As the evening continues, we are introduced to more of Misa's upbringing surrounding her connection with her older sister, mother, and father. These moments in the story help explain more of Misa's feelings of anxiety around her future, and also explains a little more about why her mother wants her to pursue a medical degree. The next day, Misa walks to school with her friend Sayaka, and Sayaka shares concern about Misa's still blank career path sheet. Misa convinces her friend that she'll figure it out soon, so let her figure it out because it's her life. If she doesn't figure it out, then is it really her life? To change the subject, Misa requests Sayaka to talk about what's a popular ghost story happening, and Sayaka responds by saying the trending story is called Spirited Away. In this ghost story, apparently people who are confused or struggling are more likely to be spirited away. Upon hearing this, Misa readily acknowledges that she might be counted as one of those people, as she is confused and struggling about her own career path, as well as how to confront her family and her friend about her lack of direction. I think this part is actually something most people have probably felt, and I think it helps really bond you with the main character, this feeling of uncertainty, this feeling of not knowing what you want to do. And I think this is a very interesting direction they take with the main character. The story progresses to the end of the school day, and at this moment, we the players are presented with 3 options regarding what Misa will do about her blank career path survey. Of the available options, I ended up picking the option I thought was most silly and perhaps irresponsible. I chose to escape reality with something delicious. This option brings Misa to a local cafe, and she has a conversation with the owner, who offers her a part-time job if she would like. Still unsure if that's what she really wants to do with her life, Misa turns the offer down. But the owner is quite generous and welcoming. He says that Misa is always welcome to work for him if she changes her mind later on. On the way home, Misa admonishes herself for being irresponsible and failing to seriously consider what she should do in the future. This is when she notices the Tsukumo shrine and contemplates whether or not she should pray to help with her lack of direction. At this moment, we the players are again presented with 2 more options, and I ended up choosing the option to pray. I did this because I felt like, from what we know about Misa, it seemed like something she could potentially try to find some solace in, even though she does share herself that she's not particularly someone who considers herself to be religious. So upon choosing the option to pray, we see Misa enter the shrine and make an offering, praying for guidance. She prays for help trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life because she doesn't really want to go to medical school. In the middle of her prayers, Misa begins hearing 2 distinct voices in her head, and these voices appear to be arguing with one another. She's not quite sure what they're talking about, and in what context, because it doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's doing, but they seem to be referring to her. Perplexed, Misa looks around for the owners of the voices, but to no avail. It's just her in front of the shrine. But Misa is then approached by a priest who declares that Misa is possessed. He can sense the evil spirits haunting her. The priest urges Misa to return the following day so that he can perform an exorcism and free her of these hauntings. The next day, Misa attends school as usual. She still hasn't filled out her career path survey, and she avoids discussing the matter with her friend Sayaka. At the end of the school day, Misa is beside herself, and during this time, strange and mystical happenings unfold before her. Her career path sheet suddenly floats in front of her, and writing appears on the classroom's blackboard. The blackboard writing urges Misa to go visit the shrine and exorcise the haunting. But then one of the mysterious voices she heard the day before urges her to ignore the blackboard spirit and warns that exorcising would jeopardize her life. Misa ultimately decides to return to the priest and perform the exorcism. And at the shrine, the priest begins the ritual. But during this process, it appears Misa is able to begin seeing faint outlines of a strange individual next to the priest. The more the priest continues to perform the ritual, the more she can see this individual clearly and clearly. When all is said and done, the priest declares the ritual a success. The demon was very powerful, but the priest was happy to assist in removing it. However, this confuses Misa because she can very clearly see what appears to be a man in a kimono with long hair. And she is surprised the priest does not see this same person. The priest claims that Misa must just be seeing things and that she'll feel fine soon enough. Misa soon pieces together that the priest only got rid of one spirit, and the other spirit who is communicating with her must be the one who is writing on the blackboard. This spirit introduces himself as Yukimaru, who is an apprentice guardian spirit. As a guardian spirit, Yukimaru claims that it's his job to bring happiness to people of Misa's realm. And at this moment, we enter Chapter 1 in the spirit world. Understandably spooked, Misa does whatever she can to escape from Yukimaru and return home unfollowed. It's interesting at this point because Yukimaru is presented as a very friendly and a very gentle spirit, but at the same time, Misa should be wary because she doesn't know who this is. She was thinking that, maybe someone's out to get her and harm her. But everything that Yukimaru is doing thus far seems to be pretty innocuous. And he has accompanying music that suggests he's a little silly, like a little bit comedic with his background music. At home, Misa calls upon her friend Sayaka, asking for her expertise in dealing with the spirit. Sayaka recommends consulting a spirit board for help. And to help Misa, Sayaka sends her a link with instructions on how to make and use a spirit board. Using the instructions, Misa creates the board with letters, an arch, and a coin. She then calls upon the spirit board in her home and is surprised when she can feel the coin she is holding starts moving on its own. Just then, Misa is shocked with Yukimaru showing up in her home. And during this moment of her surprise, she accidentally lets go of the coin on the spirit board, which apparently is a big no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Upon letting go of the coin, she has inadvertently invited the next spirit, Koharu, into her home. And upset at being contacted by Misa and for her transgression of letting go of the coin, Koharu immediately claims that Misa will have to serve him as his dog. This is interesting because we have been presented with two different characters. They appear to have a foil of another. Yukimaru is very kind appearing. He is sporting a friendly face. He claims he wants to help out Misa and bring her happiness. On the other hand, Misa was just contacting an unknown spirit from the spirit board, in this case Koharu, hoping to gain Koharu's help in getting rid of Yukimaru. But Koharu wants Misa to do his bidding instead. So it's interesting to see a spirit who wants to help, offers to help, and claims they are there to help you, make you happy, with another spirit who wants his own things and wants you to do things for him. I think it's, without having seen much more of their interaction, I think it's leading this story arc to be very comedic. But yeah, besides the juxtaposition between these two spirits, it appears that they actually know each other. Koharu and Yukimaru appear to know of each other and have a little bit of history. But as my first session concluded around this point, I still have more to learn about them and see their interactions together. I do believe, though, that they are probably going to be more of a comedic duo, just based on who they are. One very friendly, one a little more coarse. But I could be pleasantly surprised. Either way, they're both very handsome, and I want to see what happens, because I think that with either route, exploring the dialogue options with them will be quite entertaining nonetheless. Alrighty. This is going to be the end of the spoiler part, because that's as far as I got to play. I ended up making a save file around, I don't know what part of this is in chapter 1, but it is just chapter 1 according to the save file. So let me go ahead and take down this little spoiler tag here. And I'll open up this again. So yeah, we got to meet with Yukimaru and with Koharu. And here is a picture of the limited edition set you could purchase. Overall, I would say I really enjoyed my first session of 9 R.I.P. The voice acting is top-notch, and they have excellent line deliveries. The visuals are stunning, and the BGM, when applicable, suits each moment's mood. There are moments of silence, but I think that is completely fine and intentional, because they're trying to build up the tension during those silent moments. I think if you like the otome genre, especially mixed with some ghost stories and urban legends, I would recommend checking this game out. I ended up purchasing a physical copy for myself to further support the devs, and at the time of this video, there is also a special edition version available in North America and the EU via Idea Factory's online shop. It appears there are different items available in these different limited edition versions, and they include some of the things you see on the screen right now: a collector box, a necklace, a fan, the game, a number of different items, some audio drama CDs, a lot of cool collectible items, as well as some trading cards. I think in the EU version, I think that they don't get the fan, but they get something else. But I could be wrong. But yeah, I want to say a special thank you again to Idea Factory for providing a review copy of this game to me. I'm looking forward to playing even more of it, and I think it's going to be fun to check out all the different routes, since there are 8 different characters we can romance. But again, overall, pretty fun for a first impression. First session, I would recommend. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care for now.